Okay, guys, hear me out. Town of Salem 1's Investigator was notorious for being oppressive and locking evils into specific claims. One of the game's biggest noob traps was trying to fake Investigator for the first time, and it turns out they didn't know that Invest always gets the same results, in the same order. There's a reason when you look up Town of Salem Investigator results is one of the top results on Google. Because of how suffocating it can be if an investigator checks you and outs that your results weren't what you said you were kind of toast. So in general, in casual games, most of the time you'll find evils claiming their exact investigator results. Serial killers mostly claiming doctor, blackmailers mostly claiming spy, mafiosos mostly claiming vigilante, but sometimes vet if they were feeling daring today. So when Town of Salem 2 came around, it had to go. People did not like being forced into specific claims. But I disagree with the idea that it was unfun. Wow, this role is satisfying, just methodically going through the list of all the unconfirmed people and outing evil after evil. It's especially nice if they've already claimed something, and they can try and throw the old XE label onto you, but an investigator is usually painfully easy to confirm. I do feel bad when this happens. Someone finally comes out of their shell with an interesting play day too, and then the investigator dumps all over them. Now, I don't want that. I want people to claim different things. But what can you do? In ranked practice and all any, people usually trust any investigator claim they see. There's such a high chance of there being a spy in these games, confirming that the person you checked wasn't Mafia visited in any game with a fixed role list. So you usually end up with TPs on you quite often. Unless there's a bigger priority, that is. Since you're such a headache for evils to deal with if you're left unmolested. It's not uncommon to out an evil day 2, then get attacked that night. It's a lot weaker in Coven since there's a much lower chance of there being a spy, but along with Consig, now a Potion Master and a Plague Bearer can appear, two roles that can also easily fake Investigator. In addition to being fun to play as, Old Investigator was fun to play with. It really synergizes with the other TIs, especially. If you're a sheriff and an investigator says someone is BGGFR, so you know not to check that person, since none of those results will say that person is suspicious. Spies can confirm you for the most part, as long as you weren't a disguised Mafia member or a Mafia member that actually cooperates with their team. If you force someone into claiming dark, but a tracker sees they visited someone silent, I think we just found ourselves a Potion Master. In general, Investigator makes the game way easier to solve for the rest of town and clears up confusion. And I think this is balanced. There's obviously the direct counterplay to Investigator. It can be fooled by Framer, Hexmaster, Disguiser, and Arsonist. And I say fooled in quotation marks sometimes because if there's a spy, Framer and Hexmaster are off the menu. Disguiser is highly situational since you have to predict who the investigator will check, and the person you want their results to match has to be in the game. Only Arsonist can reliably give Invest Grievance. And when only one role can reliably trick you in about 50, you know it's a strong role. So, how do I think this is balanced? Unless you just kill the investigator, you know, they're just going to out me if I claim something different to my results. And my position is you should almost never claim your investigator results. Don't get me wrong, there are circumstances where it is the optimal play. For instance, there are 3 investigators in the game. I mean, at that point you kind of have to. and sometimes you get got. You spawn in as werewolf, you decide you're not gonna claim sheriff since it's kind of obvious, but then an investigator posts a will day 2, jumping on you for not posting as sheriff. Even if you get them lynched as X, you're kind of screwed. So what can you do? It's quite simple. Go with a strong claim that isn't in your results. When you stick with your standard claim, people get suspicious once it's known that that evil exists in the game. If you claim bodyguard as arsonist and it's day 4 in ranked practice, people will latch onto you if the neutral killing hasn't killed anyone yet. On the other hand, if you say day 2 that you're tavern keeper as godfather, and your mafia members claim roadblocked for you, the investigator is not going to check you. They're going to think, well, they're either tavern keeper or bootlegger, but those both have the same results, so there's no point in checking them. They make an assumption about you, and they won't think about it in checking you until it's too late. In general, this is the strategy I recommend when playing Mafia, but I find it's especially effective against Investigator. They tend to avoid you like the plague. So, I know other people tend not to have fun fighting investigators, but I do. And finally, Invest is a really fun role to fake claim as. And trust me, you don't just have to do it as config. It's really fulfilling to work with your teammates as evil, asking what they're going to claim and trying to confirm them. And when you don't think you can ask your teammates for a claim, you have options. Checking a dead guy, confirming someone, even accusing someone if you think you can push for it. I mean, you've had accurate info for the first 2 days, how can I be Xy here? You don't even have to have a team to pull off a successful investigator claim. Some roles like Plague Bearer and especially Arsonist have the tools to get away with inferring people's results indirectly. You don't even have to be accurate as Arsonist. Just get away with calling someone BGGF Arso once it's in the late game. Because you can just say, it's an Arsonist game, maybe the person I checked was doused. I wouldn't recommend claiming Invest as Witch and saying the results of the person you witch, unless the person you witch dies night 1, and you mass whisper your results before their role shows up. Or you find another evil, and you can coordinate your results with them. But if you're hesitating on faking Invest as solo evil, give it a try. Getting away with an investigator claim as a solo evil can be tough, but it can be so rewarding. So yeah, I know my opinion is definitely in the minority. I'm sure the majority of people prefer Town of Salem 2's Invest over 1's, but as long as it lives on in its current state, I will enjoy every aspect of this role. I know it's been a while since I've posted, but yeah, this is a new format I'm calling Role Review, where I look at a role and talk about how fun it is to play as, to play with, to play against, and how to fake it. I'm hoping you enjoy. More videos will be coming along in the future, some not as well edited as this one. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.